So, you've watched Sakamoto Days, which means I have to ask you this question. Do you recognize this man on the screen? If you don't recognize this man, then you've likely just confessed that you don't know Slam Dunk. Because that anime was a big part of my childhood, and when I first saw Sakamoto after his time skip, his present day look, my mind instantly defaulted to this legendary coach that you're looking at. I wouldn't be surprised if Sakamoto's design was inspired by him, and seriously, they could easily pass as relatives at a minimum. Speaking of designs, I have to say, I love how Aoi's design is so common. What do I mean by this? You know how in most anime, there's always these background characters that you'll see for exactly one scene and will never see them again afterwards? If you put Aoi in most anime, her design would easily be categorized as a background character and we'll forget about her as soon as she's done being a prop in her respective scene. Where am I going with this? Normally, when I watch anime, more often than not, it's the background characters that interest me more than the main characters. Whenever I see a background character, I always wonder what their lives are like, considering that they're not the main character. Giving Aoi a simple design feels like an answer to my musings, and she is proof, as if I needed one, that you don't have to give a character a complex design in order for them to be interesting to the audience. Her being the wife of Sakamoto while also having a lot of endearing personality traits based on what we've seen from her in the present or in the flashbacks makes me believe that all those background characters I see in most anime could easily be their own protagonist. And it feels nice that character depth is not exclusive to heavily designed characters. And one more thing about Aoi, Sakamoto's a lucky man to have a wife like her. She's straight up most guys' fantasy, and if you don't believe me, just ask any regular anime watcher. They know what wife material looks like. Though it's a whole other conversation if these anime watchers are husband material to deserve an Aoi in their lives. So there's that. As for the anime itself, I've seen in Reddit and my anime list that there's this ongoing debate regarding the animation for this one. While I can understand that perhaps the animation for this show could have been better, at least for me, the quality as it isn't an issue. And if that's all the debate is going to be about, then I can't necessarily agree that the show is bad because of a lack of what they call sakuga. As for the story concept, I'm liking it so far. Kinda Batman-esque with the no killing rule, then combining that element to a John Wick film. But no loved one dies as the main glue to the story. Oh, and before I end this video, you know this part where Shin is absolutely dumpstering this guy with the help of Sakamoto's coaching? It reminded me of Round 5 Atom versus Zeus in the 2011 film Real Steel. It's also the same concept. The real fighter is outside of the fight and the robot, in our anime's case, Shin, is simply dishing out whatever's necessary to get the W. I really miss this film and I still stand by the belief that it should have gotten a sequel. Having said that, Sakamoto Days is probably one of the best anime this season and I'm hoping for more of the same, if improvements are too much to ask. So yeah, that's about it for me. Until next time then everyone.